Hello everyone, and thanks for hanging out with me. I'm here with the Mercedes EQA again, and today I'm going to drive a full range test at 130 kilometers an hour GPS speed, and I will drive here from Ionity at 100% right on the highway in one direction till 56% or so, and then I drive it down back here to the other side where there's also Ionity, and arrive with hopefully around 5%. And then afterwards I do a full charging test, will be a different video. In my Rakobi test I estimated it should be 260 kilometers. So maybe I drive 250 or so, not driving down to zero. And also that my consumption should be 258. We'll see if they have the same number. I will use heat. I will not drive without heat for 2 hours. I'm not freezing my ass off so much. Still charging with 50 kilowatt at 93%. That's cool. Charge it to 100% and there we go. I am on my way. I'm driving 133, which is GPS speed 130. I reset all my trip, also reset the trip meter so we get 100 meters. And I will later, of course, check on GPS, so on Google Maps, if the distance is correct. And from my Rakobi test, I know that it's 1% lower than what Google Maps says, but that's okay. I have the climate on 21 degrees. But fan speed on 2, I have the seat heater on, and I'm in comfort mode because eco mode doesn't go above 130. I'm at 74% and I've driven 52 kilometers. It's not a lot, but in the first 10 kilometers it was uphill. Consumption is also very high, 304. Average speed is good with 120. I could drive to 133 most of the time. I think I only had to slow down when I changed highway. Otherwise, it was just maybe a few kilometers less, but an hour less, but then back. And by the way, it's 9 degrees. I started at around 9.5. It will get colder. Of course, it is almost 8 p.m. I'm at 50% and I'm only at 107 kilometers, but I really think that on the way here, I just turned around at 55%. I'm pretty sure I had headwind because it's pretty windy out there, or it was in Passau, and I noticed since I turned around, the consumption is going down pretty significantly, and I can also see in the head-up display that my instant consumption is way under the 300 that it says here, well, 299. So I think on the way back, so we will not arrive with 10%, it will be more, consumption will be less, so the range is a bit higher, but we just had headwind and now we have tailwind. It also got a bit colder, 7.5 degrees. It is 8:15. I'm at 25% and I think I was wrong. It's still high consumption. I mean, it's going up the hill right now, but still the consumption didn't go down too much. I drove 165 kilometers. That would mean a range, total range of 220. Wouldn't be very good. I have 23 kilometers to the charger, but the last 7 kilometers are downhill, so we'll arrive with 15% or so. I don't know. What does the car say? Normally the car should tell me. 15%. That was good. Oh god. And of course it got colder at 7.5 degrees, but I turned the heat even down. So it's fan speed on 1 and only 20 degrees, and it's not warm in here. Sometimes I have the seat heater on 1, but not more. But even that shouldn't take any power. So the consumption is way higher than I thought. And the range is not good. I arrived with 5%, but I had to do a few loops because when I was here at the charger, I didn't drive in. I was at 18%, and so I drove in Passau the highways 2 times. Of course, because of that, my average speed went down to 120. It already went down more because I'm standing here, but it was 125 before. I drove 220 kilometers. This consumption is also lower now because of this slow stretch and the turning around. So I think consumption would be 285 around this, and this range here, this kilometers would be also down if I would just go on with 130, let's say 215. But that is pretty weak. Let's calculate. So when I really take 215 kilometers and 5%, that would mean 226 kilometers at 130. And again, it wasn't too cold. Now it's 7.5 to 10 degrees. The heat wasn't on. Strong 20 degrees and fan on 1. I'm a bit disappointed. I'm a bit baffled. It's way higher consumption than in my Ryobi test. And my Ryobi test was 258. Now it was 278, but because I was slowing down, I'm pretty sure it's above this, so 285 or 290 even. And only 226 kilometers of range. In my Ryobi test, I calculated 260. It's a bit weak. Bit of heat there, and this is a heat pump, because when I did the 1,000 kilometer drive, with 160 the range was okay. At 80% I could drive 150 kilometers or so. That's interesting. I will now do my charging test. Subscribe to see that. I will charge from 5% to 100% and film this and then analyze it at home and compare it to other cars. But of course, I will put in what Google Maps says was what the route was, because I think it's 10% more, and then it would be 226, 230. We'll see. I put it here. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.